Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy JJ on Play here, and we're back with another video. We're gonna be reacting to Birdo. My girlfriend caught me texting my side Bob featuring Young Don, the sauce guy. You know what I'm saying? We love Birdo on this channel. You know what I'm saying? It's a good animator, black content creator. But if you're new, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into this video.
The longest relationship that I've ever been in personally was with this girl named Sienna, and it lasted 5 whole years.
That's
Which
a
I
long
can
time.
honestly say it changed me as a man for the better. And I think it was because the relationship wasn't perfect. There was a lot of ups and downs. If you guys want to know more of the origin story behind me and Sienna, I'll leave a link to that video in the description. I talk about how we first met and how we started really dealing with each other amongst
I wonder why he put Tamari or his girl from representation. And we all love Tamari over here, especially if you watch Naruto.
other things. But for the most part, especially during the beginning of our relationship, things between me and this girl were pretty good. Like most relationships in the beginning, we call that the honeymoon phase. And if you haven't heard this honeymoon phase nickname before, well, essentially pretty much what's happening is in virtually every relationship that just started, because you're so infatuated and in love with your significant other, it becomes virtually impossible to see their flaws. That's why they call it the honeymoon phase, because it's really hard to mess that up.
I remember I was talking to this one dude who just got into a relationship. He's older than me. We was at his birthday party and his girl was there. And we was cool. We all cool people. It was like a little friend group. And I remember we was having conversations about relationships and just having casual conversations. And I remember saying, as y'all start to date for a longer period of time, there's gonna be little things that's just gonna bother y'all. And it's gonna irk y'all about this person because they was in this honeymoon, whatever you call it, honeymoon stage. And I was like, y'all gonna find stuff that y'all just not gonna like, and y'all just kind of have to tweak things, right? I remember 2 or 3 years go by. He was like, yo, JJ, remember when you said we wasn't gonna last in our relationship? I was like, I did not say that. I said, y'all are going to find little bitty things that y'all don't like that's considered flaws that y'all might start fixing about each other or changing about each other. I ain't say nothing about telling somebody that their relationship is gonna end.
So just like many other beginner relationships, me and Sienna's first 6 months were just that, and we were virtually like inseparable. Looking back, that was probably some of my best late teenage years of my entire life, until I got this call.
Birdo, my dog, just wanted to hit you up and let you know, bro. You know that YouTube shit I've been doing? It's working out, man. My channel's blowing up right now, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think you should drop out of college, abandon all your responsibilities, and move in with me in Austin, Texas, which I know is at least 1,000 miles away from where you're living right now. But I think you should do that, and you should start a YouTube channel, and we could create content together. And I think if we do this, we're all gonna be big one day, bro.
What?
Okay, how many of y'all in the comments is going to commit to something like that? Personally, I would love to commit to something like that. I like the thought of it, but I don't like actually doing it. A lot of people in this world like the thought of doing something, but they won't actually do it. That's something for me. Like having a content house with my bros, I would love to do that. I don't care what state you're in, but if I have to move away and restart fresh in an area that I'm not familiar with, no.
I mean, Dawn, that sounds good and all, but the only thing is, this girl, bruh, I just started dating her, like, and I really like
This
her.
girl.
I'm sure she'll understand, bro. I mean, she loves you, right? We're gonna do big things, okay? There's no way she's gonna hold you back if she really likes you, man.
I guess you're right. Hey there, sorry to interrupt this video, but if you guys love me, which I know you do, right after you subscribe to this channel, go to the link in the description. I think living life with your brain disappointed. And now let's get right back to the video. Thank you. Imagine just living life with your brand new girlfriend. Virtually everything's perfect. You're spending almost every other day with her. And then just on a whim, no planning, the very next day, you hit her with, oh, and by the way, I'm moving 1,000 miles away from home and we're gonna have to do long distance now. I hope that's okay. Are you fucking Yeah, as you can imagine, she didn't take that very well. Understandably so, but regardless of how upsetting the news was, me and her were in a very good place, and she was actually supportive of the decision, so I moved, and we made things work. It genuinely sucked. I mean, we were so early into the relationship and we were used to seeing each other like every day. But I think because we were seeing each other so much, it helped build like a decent foundation for our relationship. So we were ready to take on this long distance thing. So
I'd be telling people, I mean, at the beginning, yes, seeing them every single day is wonderful, it's lovely, it's beautiful, it's all of whatever you want to call it. But as you get further into a relationship, like within like the next 2 years, whatever, however, depending on how yours is, you have to spend time away from your significant other so you can build that feeling of I miss you. Because when you spend time with somebody every single day, eventually it's just gonna get tired. You ain't gonna feel like you got your own life, your own stuff going on, and you're just gonna get exhausted. You're gonna be tired of seeing that person. That's how parents are for their kids. They getting tired of seeing you every day. They tell you go outside. That's how relationships are.
So the very next day, I moved to Austin, Texas with my best friend Young Don and my other best friend Feek. And that was the start of a legendary run with two guys that I still to this day consider my brothers. Without those experiences that we made over those years, I don't even know if I'd be here today. So about a year goes by, and after this crazy detour in Austin, Texas, a lot has happened. We took that huge leap of faith to experience chasing our dreams with my boy Young Don, and you know, things were kind of working. And for the first time ever in our careers, we kind of started experiencing what having clout feels like. Views were coming in, and at the time, me and Feek were posting a lot of videos on TikTok going viral like every other day. And I do not want to put on the impression that we were like famous or anything, but we were on the come up. We were feeling the love, to say the least. Now, as far as me and Sienna goes, we were still in a pretty good place. We would try our best to see each other monthly. I mean, money was tight, so we did the best we could. You know, we're doing the late night FaceTime calls, continuously checking in. I think for the most part, it was a very healthy long distance relationship. For the most part. So earlier in the video, I was talking about this honeymoon phase. And the thing about honeymoon phase is, it's a phase. It doesn't really matter how perfect your relationship is. There's always gonna be some sort of shift where it's not that you appreciate your girl any less, but it's kind of just this shift where you're not goo goo gaga like fantasizing over, because you guys have gotten used to each other. Think of it in the same way as if you were getting to know anybody. If you were to hang out with that person every single day for a long stretch of time, after you get to know that person, it's not that you don't like them any less. That level of mysteriousness with that person, whether it's a friend or somebody you're dating, it's gonna go down a little bit, and you guys are gonna kind of just be very neutral with each other's company. And
that's what I was just basically saying. It goes from lovey-dovey, your honeymoon stage, to neutral, to I need some space, I'm tired of you doing too much. When you keep your relationship fresh, where you be like, you spend time together, and then you also go do your own thing, and then you come back, go on some dates, and then go do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what keeps you in love for real.
Doesn't have to be a bad thing. But after that honeymoon phase disappears, this is where a lot more discipline in the relationship has to be present. Because now that you aren't literally blinded by love, you're gonna start to see little things that may bother you about your partner. And you have to be emotionally aware and intelligent enough to understand that, hey, everybody has flaws, nobody's perfect, but you do love the person that you're with, so you just stick it through, stay loyal, and you know, everything's gonna work out. The best way to explain it is like an 80-20 rule. You try to date somebody that you 80% love, and maybe 20% you don't really fuck with as much, but the reality of the situation is everybody is gonna have something that you don't like about them. So me personally, if you're talking to somebody that has 80% of the qualities that you fuck with, and that 20% is tolerable, I mean, then that's probably somebody that you're gonna be compatible with. With that being said,
you know, I was watching this podcast, you know, it's a very good podcast, and it was talking about, one of them had 4 things, one of them had 10 things, but it's like the non-negotiables. So the topic was about like, do men pursue the woman that they really want? And then they wrote a list of their non-negotiables that they look for in a woman. Some of them were tolerable, so they ended up taking off the list. Like, you know, God-fearing, non-negotiable. He's like, gotta have that. Feminine and soft, gotta have that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a time and place for everything. That's what people need to do. They need to figure out what their non-negotiables are, and then what their tolerable is. Like, if you don't have this like communication, you can build up to that. That's what helped with people in this situation.
let's just say, unfortunately, I was not that mature. At that age that I was with Sienna, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I didn't love Sienna, and I definitely deeply cared about our relationship. But with that distance between us, I slowly started to fall into my lustful desires. Especially around this time, because like I said earlier, it's not that we were famous or nothing, but I was feeling myself. I was definitely feeling the love. And with that little sprinkle of clout I was getting, not only was I getting attention from people that were supporting me, but I was also getting attention from women that I found attractive. So now when I'm checking my Instagram DMs, I see little IG baddies that are, you know, showing interest in me. And I ain't ever really experienced this level of validation from women before. Like, I'm not even having to shoot my shot. They shooting they shot with me. Slowly, unfortunately, my walls of loyalty started to...
Bro, this remind me, we was live, you know what I'm saying? Follow me on Twitch, JJ don't play, but there's this one kid, he's a sophomore. He was like, he says boring being alone. He always looking for a girl. He always, his longest relationship was like 2 days. He's been in like 10 relationships, and he was only like 15, 16 years old. And he's like, I don't want to be alone. I want to be with people. And it's like, bro, you're looking for entertainment. Like, you got to be okay with being alone, and okay, because temptation, most dangerous thing in the world. You got to be okay with being alone. Have some self-care, some self-love. Get outside, do something that you like doing.
Kind of creep down. This ain't right, but it started genuine, I would say. You know, I'd probably go to a girl's page, look at their pictures, not even like anything, just passing through like, okay, this is an attractive woman that finds me attractive, cool. But I didn't do anything. I was in a faithful relationship. But slowly but surely that turned into me liking those girls that I found attractive on IG, wanting to see if they would show me some more validation, which they did. And before you know it, I was sliding in the devil with the red dresses DMs, and let's just call this girl Jennifer. Now, believe it or not, Jennifer ended up being a girl that wasn't even living where I was. She was actually from Florida as well, which is the state that I just moved from. I didn't really know what my intentions were when I started talking to this girl. It was just one of those things where I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing it, but I did it anyway. I was attracted to her. She was showing signs of being attracted to me, and yeah, man, I can't really justify it no other way than just being dumb. But justifications aside, I pushed forward with my bad decisions. One thing...
Hey, here's the thing. I feel like a lot of this stuff and these mistakes that, you know, a lot of men make when it comes to stuff like that, it's just like the love that you get as a kid. Like, when you go years and years and like either you broke, you chopped, ugly, whatever word you want to use, when you get that validation and you get that attention and you realize like, oh, this is what I'm getting and I can get more, you just start feeding it and looking for it. And then that feeds into lust, and then you start getting more and more attention, and then you start diving deeper into this field that you shouldn't even be playing in.
Thing that I know for sure was going through my head, I knew this girl was in Florida, so I guess there was just this level of security of knowing that no matter what happens, I'm most likely never gonna see this girl in person, and nothing will actually become of this. Or at least that's what I tried to convince myself of. When in actuality, that should have been more than enough reason for me to leave her alone. But like I said, dumb is dumb. So time goes on, and now I'm basically juggling two girls that I've got to give constant attention to. And what's absolutely insane, bruh, if there's anything that I've learned over the years, girls have a sick sense. It's like they can just tell when you doing some bullshit. I'm talking about the entire time where I was being a perfect boyfriend, Sienna never gave me no weird vibes or anything. But it was as soon as I started doing some bullshit, she would just randomly bring up things like, are you talking to other girls? I don't know why, but I just feel like something's off. You promise you're not doing anything? That shit used to make my fucking head spin, bro, because I just didn't get it. It's like she could just...
It's like that soul tie, that connection that you build with that. Once you build it, it's like y'all have this invisible string to where no matter how far y'all go, y'all gonna be attached. And she felt it.
Smell the slime ball energy coming off of me. But of course, I lied. How could I tell my perfect girlfriend that I had started talking to other women out of necessity? I'm not justifying anything that I'm telling y'all right now. I'm just telling y'all my truth and my story. Again, it is these experiences that I've went through that have allowed me to learn from my mistakes and mature into the person I am today. So a little bit more time passes, and before you know it, me and Jennifer are not only communicating through text, but we're even FaceTiming now. And it wasn't long after that where the big question from Jennifer came up, are you talking to other girls? Right then and there, that shit hit me. Because now I knew I was in a predicament. If I lied to Jennifer and tell her that I'm single, then that would open a window of opportunity for Jennifer to feel like me and her could be a thing. But if I told her the truth about my real girlfriend, then she's probably gonna get mad at me and leave me alone. And this is where I told myself, I think it's time to pack this shit up. Some level of my senses came to me, told Jennifer the truth. Well, actually, I don't really know how to say this, but yeah, I do have a girlfriend. Oh, that's cute. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to keep us a secret then. What? I didn't predict.
I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't even think of that either. How did I not think of that? That's why I be trying to tell people. If y'all watched one of my videos, I be trying to tell y'all, I'm like, when you're in a relationship, people are going to pursue you because they think you're their type. It doesn't matter. Some people just want you because they want you. It's a dangerous world we live in, like Future said, man.
You would say something like that. I'm over here playing two sides because I was under the impression if I were to tell this girl the truth, that she would obviously end everything. Jennifer couldn't give less of a fuck. This girl might actually be a demon. This alone was obviously a huge red flag that this girl is gonna be trouble for me. But my stupid self only saw it as an opportunity to fall more into degenerate behavior. So I responded with, yeah, let's keep this as our dirty little secret. And before you know it, it was like the shadows
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
of being a decent human being had been broken, and my inner YN had taken over in full effect. And after this point, my nigga, I'm not even gonna get into too much detail because this is YouTube and, you know, I gotta make some money off this video. I'm just keeping it honest with y'all. But the things that were said and had taken place with me and this woman after that, I mean, you can use your imagination, bro. Down bad teenager who was in a very lustful situation with a girl that he was very attracted to, where it was long distance. It was bad. I'm ashamed of it, but it is the truth. I should have just left this girl alone, man. Like, I was in a good relationship, bro. But if you not disciplined, man, and that lust get a hold of you, your ass gonna start folding like paper. And your boy Berto, yeah, nigga, I was looking like a paper plane in that bitch. But you know what was really the sad part about all this? It was like the more and more I fell into that, Sienna was just picking up on it. Like, she didn't know what was going on, but every time we spoke, I could just feel that she knew something was off. It's crazy. But I was so down that rabbit hole full of lies that I wasn't about to expose myself, bro, if I'm gonna keep it a stack. So I just kept on lying, and we kept it pushing. So at this point, I had been talking to Jennifer for a few months now, doing the whole back and forth thing, FaceTime and texting, yada, yada, yada. And truth be told, man, kind of just like the honeymoon phase within a real relationship, that shit gets old, man. And at a certain point, that lust-driven drive to interact with this woman, it started to slow down. And I do want to make something clear. Even though I was out here making wrong decisions, it's not like I didn't feel bad about what I was doing. Clearly, I was in the wrong. That's 100% a fact. But I cared about Sienna. Like, we had a good thing going. And as time passed, I felt like I started to slowly come to my senses like, yo, what the hell am I doing, bro? Take all the over-sexualization away. I actually enjoyed my girlfriend's company.
You know, as a man, bro, I forgot I was making a reaction video. I'm just so deep in tune to the story. It's hitting my heart. It's such a real story that a lot of people go through, men or women, and it's just like, damn. And this is just really the world that we live in. People be too deep into their phones, and it allows you to slip up through that temptation and then through that lust. And it takes a lot of self-care and self-awareness to even realize, like, damn, because oh my god, in this podcast it was like lust and logic, they don't coexist. You can't have both of them. It's like logic will tell you you shouldn't be doing this. Lust will tell you it's okay. Like, ain't nobody gonna find out, right? It's crazy how people will say men are more logical, or even men will say men are more logical, but then we also seem to be the most lustful. It's like, how can we be the most logical and lustful if those both don't work together at the same time? They're opposites. And I'm just really I went into like a trance.
I could literally sit in a room with that girl in complete silence and have the best time of my life. Versus with Jennifer, if I wasn't on some horn dog bullshit, it's like I didn't even want to talk to her. It literally was just that. And I was just being an idiot. After a while, that shit just started to feel repetitive and pointless. I loved my girlfriend. I think it's time to end this shit. Why am I gonna continue to put my relationship in jeopardy for nothing? Now here's the thing, even though there was a smidget of progress in my emotional maturity, I still was not ready to come clean about this shit. I was just thinking, you know what? I'm gonna just cut this girl off. I literally remember I was staring at my phone with Jennifer's contact, just thinking to myself, I understand it now. And just to make sure I wasn't tripping, I went to go ask my nigga Don. I think I'm just gonna cut her off, bro.
You should have been dead that. You were playing with fire, messing with Shorty in the first place.
I know, bro. It's just not even worth it.
Nah, I feel that, bro. So, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna just block her and stop talking to her altogether. And with that being said, that's exactly what I did. I blocked Jennifer and I just kept it pushing. And over the next couple of weeks, Sienna suddenly stopped complaining about getting bad vibes. I felt a lot better about myself for not being a slime ball.
Okay. He said a couple of weeks after. I guess it does take time for you to, you know, start to calm yourself down. She can feel, like I said, that soul tie. She could feel it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all connected.
Man,
they're not together no more though.
So on a random Saturday, me, Don, and Feek, we pulled up to this H-E-B to grab some groceries. And I remember it so vividly. As I was walking down the refrigerator aisle, it was cold. Ice in my breath. I felt my phone vibrate, but this vibration was different. Multiple vibrations were ringing off in my left thigh, the pocket where I always keep my phone. With a sense of urgency, I pulled my cellular device out of my pocket, worried and confused. Who could it be that was blowing up my phone like this? And of course, it was Sienna, with 10+ attachments. My heart sank to my ass, because I knew in this moment, there can only be two things. Either Sienna was blessing my eyes in the middle of this H-E-B, or it all was about to come crumbling down. Petrified, I
his
knew
heart
what
was
was
dropped.
about to take place. I was hesitant to open this message, but there was no going back now. No, Don! Feek! I screamed at the top of my lungs in the middle of the grocery store as my two brothers rushed to my aid.
Yo, Berto, are you good? What's wrong?
Bro, why are you screaming in the middle of the grocery store like this?
I fell down to my knees. It's all over. It's over. She knows everything. Don and Feek dazed over my shoulder as they looked down into my defeated hands, holding my iPhone, containing my text message thread with Sienna, holding screenshots of everything I have ever said to Jennifer.
Hey, either A, she already knew and she was friends with Jennifer, or B, once you blocked Jennifer without saying anything, then she felt some animosity because she couldn't have you no more, which is toxic either way. But if y'all want me to react to part 2, let me know in the comments. Like up this video. Let's try to get to 10 likes. Appreciate y'all for watching. Peace and love to y'all.